Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about the top 3 big man builds in NBA 2K22 Next Gen. And yes, you clicked on this video just to see 3 small forwards. Now, before you click off, I just want to explain. The reason we have these builds at this position is for speed and speed only. It allows you to have a lower weight, which allows you to also get more speed, which as you can see by these two builds, 190 and 186, and then this one is 210. But we're here to show you a variety of different builds. So we're just going to start from left to right. This one right here is going to be a 6'9" popper build, aka an outside center. Again, 6'9" is going to be a very good height for this. It's what allows you to still have clamps on at least silver. Anything above 6'9" is not going to have any clamps at all, and you are going to get exposed when it comes to pick and roll defense or getting switched on to point guards, or just in general, if they come out here with an ISO build at the 3 on 3v3 or an ISO build at the 2 on 2v2, and you have to guard that. If you have no clamps, you have a lack of speed, you have a lack of perimeter defense, etc., stuff like that, you're going to struggle to guard it. It's just obvious, and I do think 6'9" and 6'8" are super elite when it comes to speed still being retained on your build, and again, them being a small forward is going to allow you to unlock more speed for it. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you're new, drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff, and let's try this one to 1,000 likes. And without further ado, we're going to get started. I did forget to finish that intro though, so this is going to be the popper build. This one right here is going to be with no shooting, but it's a really good inside center. And then this one right here is going to be a popper build that can also finish really well, but it doesn't have playmaking. So it's essentially just more of a role player. It can't hold the ball worth anything, and it does have good pass accuracy. However, it's pretty much just somebody that's not going to have the ball in his hands very often, but can pop, can roll, can do all types of stuff as a role player big man essentially. So like I said, we got the popper first and foremost. What I love about this is you can create a build and then come back into it, and you can see all the ratings set up to exactly how you want it to. So I don't have to do these videos like live commentary anymore, where I'm just, I'm just having to put everything on myself mid video and stuff like that. It can be cool, calm, and collected with everything exactly how I want it to. So I'm not going to change anything as far as the weight and heights go, because it's going to take away everything I did with the build on the right. But essentially, you're going to see 6'9", 210, 7'7" wingspan. That is the max. I'm just doing built on all bigs. The burly is no longer a thing anymore. Just FYI for anybody who's wondering why I'm not doing that for the bigs. Body type, I'm not sure if it really makes any difference in the first place, but either way, it is what it is. You can see this build, however, very, very well rounded. You're going to see this has 69 speed with ball, so you're going to be able to unlock silver quick first step. The requirement for that is 65, so it's very close to the cutoff for that. You're going to see it's a pretty solid thing as far as the playmaking goes. I would say, obviously, silver isn't great, but for you to be a big man who can literally do it all, this is pretty solid. Now, you're going to see 77 three-pointer. Unfortunately, this is just short of gold corner specialist right here, so if you're somebody who's going to be more of a spot up on twos, maybe you end up going with a slightly lower wingspan, like literally just one tick lower. But understandably, it is for, things like block to be able to go to 99. So you're gonna see right here, I'm flipping back and forth between 96 and 97 block. This is unlocking Hall of Fame rim protector for hitting this threshold right here. And the build itself does unlock 99 block. However, there's really no boost for it. And what you can do, like I said, is drop your wingspan one tick. You'll be able to get that gold corner specialist. That's up to you if you want to do so. As you can see, there's pretty solid badges. You get limitless spot up on silver, hot zone hunter, all types of stuff like that, catch and shoot, corner specialist. So you can get pretty much everything you would want in terms of that. You can see right here, you have pretty solid dunk. Now I went with 90 standing dunk so that you can get gold posterizer, and you still have a contact dunk package at 84. So you're going to be not the greatest when it comes to contact dunking, but it's still going to be a possibility, and you still have a lot of good badges when it comes to finishing. Now, one thing you could also be mad at with this build, if you saw it, it's reasonable to be mad at offensive rebound, but you're going to be an outside big, so you're not going to be floating around the boards too much when it comes to the offensive boards. And then you could probably be mad at close shot. Now, my personal opinion on close shot, it's pretty useless unless you're doing post hooks, etc., stuff like that if you're a post scorer. Other than that, you really don't need it. My personal opinion, you're going to be standing dunking like crazy. I have a build that is 6'6" with 72 standing dunk, and I have bronze rise up. That's the highest I can put it. I have not once taken a layup on anything that's even semi-contested or wide open or anything like that. It's been all standing dunks. Just equip all the packages you can for the standing dunks and you'll be fine. And if it's not fine, I'm sure the boost of you having 14 more standing dunk than me and having 2 more levels of rise up could also make up for it. Now you also have a badge like fast twitch that's going to help you with getting up quicker on those standing dunks. Super good for the pick and roll and pick and pop aspect when you combine the two of them. Not that fast twitch helps the pick and pop, but I'm just pretty much saying this is a very good badge to have if you're a pick and pop or pick and roller type of guy. Overall, super well-rounded build. There's really not a single thing wrong with it. It's not amazing or great at really anything. You can see, like, it doesn't have elite slashing ability. It doesn't have elite shooting. It doesn't really have elite playmaking. It has pretty elite rim protecting, but overall, you see a lot of stats in the 80s. However, this is so well-rounded, and for those out there who want to play like a well-rounded person, and you yourself think you're a well-rounded player where you can do everything, I promise you this build's gonna be nice. I've seen a lot of people who are dribbling on 6'8s and 6'9s. If you can figure it out, it's gonna be nice. However, you aren't gonna have 80 ball handle, so you're not gonna unlock any pro dribble moves. So you're gonna have to figure that out a little bit on your own, or figure, just play around with the SIGs. Maybe look up on YouTube people who have, something that has less than 80 ball control and is doing dribble tutorials. I'll maybe even do one myself, possibly. For your takeover options on the build, you got slasher, lockdown, rim protector, and glass cleaner. And I don't have to finalize the build or anything to show you the finished title of it, because I have it right here, where it's the two-way finisher. Now this right here, like I said, it can be the inside big that doesn't have any shooting on it. It's a two-way facilitating finisher. So we're gonna get right into this one. So once again, you know the deal. Small forward, we're here for the speed, all types of stuff like that. This is about as low on the weight as you can go. I think it literally is the minimum, and it's for, again, 78 speed at 6'9". That's fire. And if you make it at a center or a power forward or anything like that, I'm pretty positive that you lose out on like 4 speed. I'm pretty sure 75 or 70, 74 is like the highest you can go, and it's the same height. It just unlocks lower weight when you go with a small forward or any smaller position. Pretty much take that into account for any build you're ever making if you're all about speed. Now, one thing I'm sure I'm going to be asked in this video: does strength matter? You're just gonna have a lot of people asking, like, why are you making a build with such low strength? Me personally, I believe it doesn't matter. Now, if you're someone who plays a lot of 2v2 and you're gonna be playing the 2 spot and you're gonna be guarding a bunch of post scores and stuff like that, that's a whole different story. I definitely think strength matters. I think interior defense is what actually matters more, however, where you're gonna have the brick wall. And for anybody who didn't know this, because it took me a little bit to notice it, like a whole day pretty much of being in this builder, apparently brick wall also makes it so it's harder for them to back you down. So that is something that also resists. It's like moving truck from last year on next gen. Pretty much it just helps you stop them from backing you down. Now that's pretty cool, but you also need to upgrade your weight to get it any higher than silver. You're gonna see right here though, this is a very, very good build for meeting that silver threshold right there, where the threshold itself is 76 and the build gets a 77 interior defense. So it's just about as good as you can get without sacrificing a lot of speed or anything like that. And again, it's minimum weight for this position and this height. So it's about as good as you can ask for with this. Now, right here, you're gonna see I have 99 standing dunk on it. It's not because I believe 99 standing dunk is necessary and super important, but you do get the Hall of Fame posterizer while still getting 89 driving dunk. Now, having 92 would be really cool and really nice, but that's just not doable at the 6'9" position. It's just impossible, really. So you're gonna have one set of contact dunks. It's gonna be pro contact dunks, but you're gonna have Hall of Fame posterizer. I promise you this is still gonna work. It's gonna be very good. You're gonna have ability to get things like limitless takeoff, rise up, yada yada, all that, fast twitch, slithery finisher on Hall of Fame. I mean, it's a very good finishing build. It doesn't have shooting, but as you can see, it's literally kitted out and loaded up on everything else, like full physicals, full defense, full playmaking with 90 pass accuracy for gold bullet passer and gold dimer. I mean, it's really good. Now again, it doesn't meet the 80 ball handle threshold for the pro dribble moves. You're gonna end up with silver quick first step like the last build as well. This one is pretty much just more finishing, more defense, more playmaking. You get the deal. And the other one was kind of a mix of everything and featured in shooting with it. So take it how you want with those builds. Again, I'm showing all this for variety, and I wanted to make sure I showed 3 different versions of builds that could fit anybody's playstyle with this video. So again, this one is the inside big build. This is actually what I'm gonna probably make for Pro-Am. I might up the weight a little bit just for the gold brick wall, because I feel like that might be pretty important in Pro-Am. But at the same time, you lose a lot of perimeter D, a lot of speed, all types of stuff like that. You do, however, gain rebound for upgrading your weight, which is very interesting this year. But again, it is a lot of loss of like vertical speed and just perimeter defense, all types of stuff like that. I really like how this build looks right here. I might even just end up making it like this, like straight up to a T. Now, one thing I definitely will change, and what I recommend you guys to do if you're planning to play Pro-Am, is probably to end up with some free throw upgraded right here. So like, you could end up with something like this, because once you hit 70 is when they start upgrading your mid-range. So you're gonna see right here, once I go past 70, it starts upgrading my mid-range, and you start to kind of get into a point where it's not worth the upgrades itself. So you could end up with something like this right here, essentially, and boom, you're looking fine for the Pro-Am. I feel like 72 free throw should be perfectly fine to work with, and It's about as simple as that. But anyway, we're going to revert this build back to what it was and show the takeovers. So for the two-way facilitating finisher, you get slasher takeover, lockdown, rim protector, and glass cleaner. So there's your takeovers, there's your build. Again, inside center right here. So now we got the 6'8" right here. Now this one is going to be the hybrid of the shooting and finishing. However, it doesn't have the playmaking. So again, this one is all for role players pretty much. You're going to be coming out here. You're not touching the ball, but when you do, you're probably going to be scoring. So it's about as simple as that. Every single time you touch the ball, you're probably going to be in a position to score, or you don't have a shot available or a dunk available, whatever the case may be. But either way, you have 92 driving dunk for the elite contact dunk packages. You have gold posterizer, and then you have a lot of Hall of Fame badges like slithery finisher and stuff like that. However, a lot of this stuff isn't going to matter in my opinion, like limitless takeoff and slithery finisher, because most of the time when you're dunking the ball, it's going to be most likely catching a lob or a standing dunk, something like that. You're probably not going to be dribbling your way into the paint or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. I would definitely recommend badges like Fast Twitch, Rise Up, Lob City Finisher, Posterizer, etc. Stuff like that. For shooting, this badge is going to get silver on catch and shoot. It does meet the corner specialist threshold for gold, whereas the build that I showed at the beginning didn't. And honestly, that's pretty solid for this one too, because you might end up being spotted up in the corner every now and then with this build. So it is going to be convenient to have that. Silver Hot Zone Hunter, you get the deal. It's all the badges that I was talking about before. Now, one thing that's very interesting is that you could put sniper on all of these builds and it's going to make up for your low three-pointer. And if you're someone who's going to time your jump shot really good every time, you're probably going to eat with this stuff right here, man. Because honestly, it does take a lot of badge points, but there's not a lot of these badges that you really always want to use. I feel like limitless spot up is necessary. Hot Zone Hunter, corner specialist could be if you're that type of a guy who's going to be floating around between corner and hash or corner and pop, whatever you're doing. Catch and shoot's going to be a must no matter what you're doing with this stuff. And then if you have enough for it, I feel like sniper could be pretty fire as well. Again, for the playmaking, you're having nothing but 70 pass accuracy, and this works out pretty good for your badges. You could pretty much just run silver bullet passer, and then maybe just bronze dimer and bronze full general. Or low-key, if you like post playmaker, you could run this on bronze too. You're not going to be able to afford having bullet passer and post playmaker on silver. You could probably just roll with like one of these bronze badges and then just keep bullet passer on at all times. Also, what I meant is two of these badges. You could like have dimer, needle threader, bullet passer, simple as that. Or if you like to keep bailout on, this actually could help you quite a bit. If you take questionable shots, or you like to hold X on every shot that you catch, but then you want to, you know, second guess it and pass out of it, so be it. Anyway, on this build, you're only going to have bronze brick wall, so just keep that in mind. The idea behind this is that you're going to be more of a popper and roller option. So if you're the right type of a guy, you can slip wherever you need at the right time. Now, that does take some IQ. It takes some reading the defense. It takes some thinking. I just want you guys to keep that in mind. If you want silver brick wall, you can tweak it however you want, whatever the case may be. Obviously, it's going to have its perks and its downsides or its upsides. It's just, this is what I decided to make with. And I think I'm using bronze brick wall myself. I really do think it's going to be solid. It's not going to be perfect, but if you're someone who has 78 three-pointer and you have 22 badge points and stuff like that, and you could even put 4 more on from the college games and stuff like that too, I feel like you're looking fine with bronze brick wall. Now, one thing it's also going to factor in, like I said, is the whole preventing people from backing you down thing. If you're somebody who likes to play twos, this build's probably not for you. I feel like to have an ISO option, or at least some ball handling, would be a good thing to have for 2v2. And, you know, you're kind of a liability out here if you don't have, like, a means of getting yourself open. Now, if your means of getting yourself open is to pop and slip at the right time on the pops, rolls, whatever it may be, then by all means, go for it. This is really something that you could use and be good at if it fits your niche. If it doesn't, then just don't make it. It's about as simple as that. But as you can see, on the defensive badges, it meets a lot of really good thresholds. One thing it doesn't meet, however, is the 90 steal. So that's a bit unfortunate. Obviously, Mike Wang has talked about that. However, you do still get gold pickpocket. And me, myself, I have 86 steal, and it feels perfectly fine. I feel like that whole 90 steal thing might be a facade, and I just can't get behind it at the fact that my build steals the ball so well with 86 and gold pickpocket anyway. But either way, you meet a lot of thresholds for the gold badges. For instance, you get rebound chaser, etc. You get intimidator, all types of stuff like that. That's still very good. Menace also, which really I feel like could make an impact in the perimeter and the interior. And then a very important one that you meet as well is the gold clamps. So for you to be 6'8", pretty tall, albeit, and have all this versatility when it comes to defense and finishing and popping, is pretty good. Obviously, the only thing you're lacking, playmaking. But either way, we're going to go ahead and show you guys the takeovers here so you can see you got sharp, lock, rim protector, and glass cleaner. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. And like I said in the intro, let's try to get this 1 to 1,000 likes. Coming later today or tomorrow, I'm not sure which of the two, I'm gonna have the point guard builds. As you can see, we got the 3-point playmaker over here, but I'm not gonna scroll over too far. I don't want you guys to see everything I'm about to show in the video. But anyway, like I said, stay tuned for the point guard video. We're gonna go ahead and drop that top 3. I'll even drop the top 3 lockdowns and stuff like that too. So if you've been waiting to make your build, waiting on my opinion and stuff like that, or just waiting on maybe just something to strike your eye that you know, you're not a subscriber of me, but you know, maybe you should be if you aren't. But anyway, maybe you're not a subscriber of me, but you're waiting for something to strike your eye, and maybe one of these 3 builds caught your attention right here. Maybe one of the 3 builds that I show for the point guards will, if you're looking for a PG or the lockdown. So feel free to check out those if you haven't already, if they're already posted by the time you're watching this, or stay tuned for them if they aren't already posted. Anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, put Laker in the comments to show your support. You made it all the way through. And other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.